Good morning, everybody. We're here in the hot box, the Smash Lab. It's 6 a.m. and we're here to show you how we start our day at the NugSmasher factory. Now, keep in mind, the factory gets started about 7:30 is when people start to roll in pretty heavy around here. So we got to get here a little earlier and get our day started. And I'm here with the normal guys, the crew. I got Big D over here and Anthony, of course. And guys, you get ready to get our day started? We're having our morning coffee. I'm already through my second cup, or on my second cup. And what do we got to do today to get our day started, Dwight? What do we normally do at 6 a.m.?
First thing we do is get ready to roll the cannagar so we can go ahead and get our day going.
Yeah, and what else you do, Anthony, at 6 a.m.? What do you do?
We got to press rosin.
That's what we do.
We're out of rosin, so got to make sure we got that.
Right. So we go through about a gram and a half in the Smash Lab, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but that on a normal, we like to have fresh rosin. So Anthony, normally that's his gig. He normally takes care of that for us. And Dwight usually assists in the cannagar. I'm gonna actually pack today, but he normally does too as well. So we're gonna show you how we do that, pack the cannagar up and smash some rosin. And we're just gonna show you a little glimpse inside our morning at the NugSmasher factory before anybody gets in. So you guys wanna get us started?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. We actually started to roll a cannagar, and then we decided, it'd be great to video this and show you guys what we do in the morning. So we paused and came back, and here's where we're at. So you're grinding some scratch up, right?
Yes, sir.
And the one thing we're missing is a cannagar pattern. We have that there?
Nope.
Might have to take one out of this cannagar kit. And guys, everything we use is right in the cannagar kit here. You can see it's our actual cannagar kit. You got the Nug Packer, you got the actual pattern that I'm talking about. You got can of straws and can of sticks in there, and then some glass tips. So that's you can get that at NugSmasher.com or our authorized dealers. So what I'm going to do now is just pull that pattern out. This is the shape that you need to actually pack a cannagar without it getting stuck inside the mold, so it'll slide out easily. So what we do is we cut parchment paper, and I'll fold it in half, what Dwight does, whoever's doing this at the time, and I just hold this thing on there like that, and then I just cut around that pattern, get it really close if I can, and just a pair of scissors like that. And I usually do 2 at a time or 3 at a time. This morning I'm only doing 2. So I just basically cut it up so it's a nice pattern, and it's going to be the shape that actually combs real nice in the actual Nug Packer. Okay guys, so once you get your pattern all cut like this, you can roll it around a straw to kind of get you a roll going. So I just roll it around a can of straw like this. And, roll it up so it starts to get that roll going. And then you could stick it right in the mold like I've done here, and it'll naturally shape, so it shapes to that cone. You can see how this is even all at the top, and then at the bottom, it comes all the way to the bottom of the cannagar. You can see it evenly at that bottom cusp. So that's what you want to do. So we're going to break here. Dwight's got all of the material ground up for us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna stick the can of stick in here and the straw, and I'm gonna show you guys how I particularly pack that. But first, I'm gonna go over to the see what Anthony's up to on the IQ. I know he's waiting on us to pack the bag and whatnot and do his turf pile. So Anthony, what's going on over there?
I'm pressing an 1/8 of flour on the IQ. I'm using a 90 micron bag, 3.5 grams.
The size of the bag, that's particular and sets the surface area, is that correct?
Yes.
And then the microns used for more of the filter, is that accurate?
Yep.
Okay, so 90 microns, so this is a little older flour that he's using, probably has probably a little drier, and he's doing it in a 3.5 gram bag, so that's how he's gonna set the surface area of the machine. Now, I see you have your phone out there. What's going on with that? Do you have the NugSmasher app open?
Yeah, I'm logging the press and the turf files.
Right on. So you actually take a picture of the flower first, and then what comes out after. Is that correct on Terp files?
Yep.
So you can toggle. Badass. So you can toggle on Terp files between the flower and the actual rosin that's going to come out. You can see other results, and something new for Terp files is you can follow, right? You can follow other people, link with other people, so you can get notifications when they do an extraction, so on and so forth. Make comments on their extractions. Is that accurate?
Yep.
What else is going on with Terp files? Anything else you can tell us?
No, I just like logging the Terp files in. So next time I go to buy any type of strain, I can look at my Terp files and see if there's any good strands out.
Sure. And that's consistency. That's why we really started that thing, huh? For the crowd out there to be able to track our own extractions, and it just grew. And now we let everybody use it. It's a free app, so on and so forth. But we used to do a spreadsheet. Remember the old days?
Yeah.
Before Terp files. So that's exactly right. You know, we're able to log what strains really produce, what the good yielding strains are, and what aren't. And that, that's where Terp files really comes in handy. But it's also on the Terp files lives on the NugSmasher app. So if you're on the App Store or the Google Store, you got to search NugSmasher, and our app will come up. Terp files lives on it. It's absolutely free to all. It also has the XP calculator tool on it, and the Pro calculator tool. It also has a yield calculator on it, along with some timer and some other things. So really nice app. The engineers are constantly working on it. So we've covered the app, Anthony. What's your next step?
Next step is to put the plant into the bag.
All right. So how do you do that?
I first invert the corners on the bottom of the bag so they're bottle textile, just like this.
Got it. Now that's the surface area the machine's programmed for when you put 3.5 grams, right?
So if I put the bag in there like this, whatever I have programmed down here will not match.
Right.
I have to have a bottle textile pressing cylindrical with using NugSmasher bags to be able to.
But you can lay a NugSmasher bag down sideways, is that correct?
Yeah, you can.
What would you do to put a different area, surface area?
The reason why I would use bottle textile because of consistency. But if you couldn't use bottle textile for any type of reason and you needed to get a consistent result as a flat bag, you go over to the pressure setting page and you could input the custom settings of the size of your bag.
Got it. And that gives you the exact same material PSI on your material, right?
Yeah. So if this bag, if I was going to press this flat, it would be, about 1 3/4.
Sure.
Which is about 1.77 by about 2.75.
Right.
And that will be my surface area.
So then you can still apply the material pressure that flour's good for under that new surface area to get a consistent result. Is that accurate?
Yep.
Right on. But this one you're going to do bottle textile, 3.5 grams, because that's really the most, you get the highest yield that way and the best quality material that way out of cured flour.
I get the most consistent result.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why we do that one?
Yep.
All right. So what do you do when you pack a bag? Do you have any tips?
The whole goal here is to try to not have any big gaps in the bag.
Okay.
If you have a big gap, it's like a big cave where all the rosin's going to go.
Got it. So you're trying to evenly pack that thing up like a little cinder, like a little cylinder, like a bottle, is what you're.
Yeah.
Sweet. And you're trying not to have the corners push out either. You're trying to have it set like a bottle.
Right. You want it to look just so the corners look like that.
Excellent. All great tips. Now, obviously, the only thing that would differ from our regular morning, right, Dwight, is that we don't talk to the camera like this. We'd already had our shit all done. Yeah. So anyway, it's good to pause a little bit, show you guys kind of what we do and how we do it. So I'm glad you guys could join us for this morning. So, all right. So now we'll let Anthony finish packing the bag up. Before you start the extraction there, we'll come back to you, and okay, I'm going to start this cannagar over here. And guys, to do that, I have the parchment already in the cannagar mold, the Nug Packer. I'm gonna drop the canna stick in, and then I got some fresh ground flour here that Dwight's got all prepared. I'm just gonna take a funnel, and I'm gonna dump a little bit in the mold. Very little, because I want it to be packed tight, if that makes sense, guys. So I'll come back over here and do this. Now, I think Anthony's ready to smash this on the other side. So the reason I do this is to pack a nice little base, and then I'll come over with another cannastick and I'll just kind of run it around nice and smooth and even. And this will get our tip, which is the most sensitive part of a cannagar, right, Dwight?
Yes, it is.
So that'll get our tip started, and it'll get flour down, molding in there, and see how I'm just coming around that can of straw. And we're gonna put a couple more funnels in there. And this little funnel is a stainless steel funnel that we sell on our site. It's also in part of a lot of the kits. It's not part of the cannagar kit, but our other kits, the NugPacker kits there, the Master Kit, and there's a Packing Pro kit. This is a great little funnel if you're just doing cones or whatever you're doing that you need to get it down in. So it's a great little piece. It's made here in the factory. Our press robot makes it. It's food grade stainless steel that's cut on our fiber laser machine. So it's cut to just complete accuracy. And then you can see all the different edges and the bends on it. It's really an intricate little piece. So if you want a food grade piece of stainless, badass little funnel, and it's also doubles as a keychain here. If you want that instead of a piece of plastic to use for this tool, you can get that from one of our authorized dealers or at NugSmasher.com. So let's go back over to Anthony. You got your bag all packed over there?
Yeah.
Right on. So are you ready to rock and roll this thing, smash it up, or what are you ready to do here?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So we're back over to the machine, and so what's it? Your machine's already at 204 degrees. So what's your next step of setting this thing, Ant?
Just setting the settings.
Okay.
Pressure settings for what we just talked about the bag.
Okay. So let's do that and show how we do that.
So I'm gonna go down here and select 3.5 gram bag because that's the bag I'm using at a bottle textile. I'm gonna do 120 seconds at a pressure of 650.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, and then what? We just fold the top of the bag up. How are you doing that? Like a little present,
Yep.
4 ways?
Yep.
Okay, real easy.
You put the bag in there, and you set the height of the plates.
So there's little arrows on the front of the touchscreen there. You can move the plates up and down, right?
Yeah, right here.
Yep. You manually adjust the plates as you need them real easily. And then he's putting parchment in there. We use Kirkland parchment paper from Costco. It's just the deal. I've been using it for years and years and years, and it's always worked really well. And that's what he's putting between there. He's just cut a piece off the end of the roll and slid it in between the plates there. One of the great things about the IQ is you do that part, you put it in, you press start, and it's going to do the rest. Machine also has an amazing ramp mode on it. It's probably the best machine in the world for consistent extractions for hash, flour, isolate, solventless isolate. There's a solventless isolate setting on there that's absolutely amazing. So really great machine. If you guys are interested there in an upgrade or whatnot, check that out. And speaking of upgrades, we have an upgrade program, guys. We've had it since the beginning of NugSmasher. If you own a unit and bought a unit from us, you can get 80% of that unit's value back on an upgrade of a unit of a higher level. So if you have an XP or a Mini or anything less than IQ and you're looking at an IQ, hit customer service up right away. They're there to help you out, work all those details out for you. But 80% back, you know, traded a car in the other day. I most certainly didn't get 80% back. You know what I mean? Right? So not a bad deal. Check out our upgrade program. Customer service, like I said, 7 days a week, there to help you guys out with that. If you have any questions on that program. So Anthony looks like he's about 1 minute and 20 seconds into 2 minutes of this extraction. So almost halfway, right, Anthony?
Almost.
And how's your results looking?
Looking pretty good.
Man, I can smell it from here. It smells like strawberries.
Oh yeah.
What is it? You must be doing that strawberry runs, huh?
Yep.
I guess. Smells great. Guys, when you're packing these cannagars, the straw has a tapered end on one side and then a flat end on the other side. And I just take that tapered end and you can really get a nice tip started. I run it around, then I'll do a flat end. And sometimes to start, you'll get your paper rolled up like I did here. Don't be afraid of pulling it out and seeing what's going on. Seeing how everything's starting, okay, and putting it in. Do not be afraid of doing that. So, you know, my straw grabbed my parchment or something the wrong way. I want to show you guys this because this is one of the keys of getting this done and doing it nice. So we're done with the extraction there, huh, Anthony?
Yep.
Right on. So let's see what we got over here at the rosin press, you guys. He's going over to the collection plate now. Oh man, look at that.
All the way around.
And you can stick this right back in, just right how you had it. Sometimes we'll have to put new parchment paper in. What happens? Tell you what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna bring this down like this. I'm gonna put it inside this paper. And I'm gonna invert my parchment so that was on the inside. This is gonna go on the inside. You can see how this is jacked up. See that wrinkle? That's what ruined our whole game there. So you can a lot of times take that wrinkle out. Usually that just doesn't happen to me. Usually I can zip right through this. But you can take that wrinkle out and put it to the outside like I was telling you, like this. And then we can come back in and stick it back in our mold. How's the yield looking over there, Anthony, on that rosin?
It's not the best.
Not the best? Sure
Smells really good.
Yeah, and the terps are just, yeah, smells great. And then your whole key to get this is just kind of work it in real smooth so that the top is level and even. All right. Now we can just continue with our cannagar. I'll put this on hyper mode here. Anthony's already done. And like I said, Dwight usually does this, so he does it way faster than me, but what do you do? I thought I'd be a show off today on the deal and do it.
That's okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it works out fine.
Yeah. Because you're just watching.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the moments right now.
And you guys can take your time with this. The tighter you pack this, the longer it'll burn. The looser you pack it, obviously, the less time it'll burn. So I do it, depending on what I want. If I want to really impress the crowd, I'm doing a big quantity, I'll pack it tighter. So if I'm doing, 7 to 14 grams in it, I'll do it super tight. I'll pack the shit out of it with the straw, almost hammer it down. But if I'm doing it so that we want to kind of enjoy it, and it's going to be a 35, 45 minute cannagar, so the 3 hour, and I'm doing an 8th or whatnot, I'll do it a medium to light pack, kind of like I'm doing here. We know when we're done because the 8th will be done. How'd that all turn out, Anthony?
Good. 16.5%.
Wow, that's not the best yield. Sometimes you have that though, guys, with some of these strains, and we knew that wasn't that great. I think it was 16 to 18% we got out of it each time, so we're in that neighborhood. But the terps are really off the hook, and it'll be good for what, 0.6 or so gram, half a gram?
Yeah, 0.6.
So we'll do a couple more, probably 3 more, or 2 more smashes today, just so we don't go backwards on our rosin supply.
But when you smoke it by yourself, it lasts about an hour.
Yeah, right? Yeah, hour and a half.
Yeah, because you be like, oh my God.
And we're gonna head over after this, guys, and then we'll head over to Chronic Kitchen. We'll show you that at a different time, but we're gonna head over there and make us some breakfast, and we'll show you how we do that. We also probably put this half gram in the chorizo right this morning, Ant?
Yeah.
What you're doing, yeah. we'll show you that on another video. We're almost done with this here. We saw the rosin, and then you can see how we're packing this cannagar. Yeah, so a lot of times we'll wrap the cannagar with rosin. We've been just putting dabs on as we go. If somebody's taking a hit, they'll throw a dab on the cannagar as they go if they want a little extra zinc on it. It seemed to be a little more well-rounded for everybody that smokes with us, right? So, but you can wrap them like we've done. You've seen so many of our videos. You can wrap the cannagars with rosin. You can snake them. It's a bunch of different stuff that we can do. It's a new Primo.
It's a new Primo. Marijuana.
Primo.
Primo.
Well,
You know, but
better
once you
roll
get it to-
7 cones.
Yeah, you know, I smoke 7 cones, rolling 3 to 5 blunts.
And it seems like we use a lot less flour this way with the cannagar than we normally would smoke at home.
Exactly.
You know, so it works out. It's a good way to smoke, guys, if you have it. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but it's for us. We like it. Did you dab that yet, Anthony, that rosin?
No.
No, not yet. You're waiting for us? What a nice guy. Almost done. Just gotta put the wrap on it at this point. Okay, guys, we're just about ready to see what we got working here. Do that, we just pop it out from the bottom. You can also use, there's a key slot in the bottom of this cannagar, or the NugPacker cannagar tool. You can see, and this is a weed on a stick. We'll take the tip off it. Make sure all this is cleaned up, and then I'll throw a wrap and a glass tip on it real quick, and there, we're done. I'll throw that away. Put that over there, use that for next time. Now what we do is, we got to settle this glass tip on here. So I don't like a flopper. I don't like a tip that flops, and I never smoke it down all the way. So what I like is I like that tip to be really on there nice. I'll show you how I do that with the wraps. I get that out and I'll fit that on top of there, make sure it fits all the way up to the flower. Looks like it is. Just slid it down a scotch so it fit right close to the tip there. And then I'll take this, it's a hemp leaf wrap is what this is. I'll take distilled water and I'll work it into this thing so it's nice and moist, you know, and the excess water I'll wipe off here, but I'll get it so each side is nice and pliable and moist. It's not going to crack at all. It's really going to form to the tip, and the whole goal here is to hold that tip on tight, and however you can do it, but I kind of split the baby, if you will, and I'll get this tip started here, this wrap started like that, and then wrap it around here. And understand, once it cures, meaning the water, you know, the wrap dries up, it's going to really hold that tip on there strong. So I'm going to take it once the tip's on. And typically I do this because usually put out, lit up. It's a different way to smoke. And then I'll just stick it right on there, right on the end. Seems like one wrap is really good for 3.5 grams. If not, if it gets much more than that, it's gonna be, we use a little bit, use more. If it's not wet enough, just wait. You can't, you know, we're gonna let this cure while we have breakfast, and by the time it comes in here, it will be cured and ready to go. Meaning dried out. Leave it out in the air to dry. I don't want any air bubbles in it. I want it nice and straight. Okay. You just kind of work it down so it's nice and tight around everything. Tuck on the tip. And then what we'll do is we'll stick it here in our tool keeper to dry. and that'll just dry out and cure. Like I said, it'll take about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll come back from our breakfast and that'll be ready to consume and ready to go. We can put a snake around it or whatever we want to do at that point. But that's how the cannagar works. Everything you need to do that cannagar is in this cannagar kit. So like I said, if you smoked an eighth in cones, you've got 7 minutes and 2.5 cones each, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you got 14 minutes total. You can really make an eighth last an hour in this thing, and it smokes right. It actually is right. It's enjoyable. It's great to use. So you can get the NugPacker cannagar kit at NugSmasher.com, or you can get it at our authorized dealers. Has everything in there, like I said. Check out the full NugPacker line of products. It's a great machine, a great little device that works wonderful. We love the thing. It's been around a long time. It packs great cones, so you can easily, quickly pack a cone with the funnel and the NugPacker, all the way up to king size to small cones. So it works great there. Anthony, great extraction. We showed him a good extraction. I think we've showed him how we start our morning, right? How we got ready for the day. So guys, it's 6:40, 6:50. So we're a little behind time, but hope you enjoyed our early morning in the Smash Lab. What we do, Big D and Anthony and I. Until next time, like, subscribe. Tell a friend, for God's sakes. If you don't know, we have live videos that we do on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Make sure you're tuning in for our live video broadcast. We do all kinds of giveaways Wednesday at 5 p.m. Get the NugSmasher app also. Go to the App Store, Google Store, download the NugSmasher app, use those tools. It's free to use for you guys. That's how you really know what strands to smash, like Anthony showed us there. So thanks so much, and until next time.